سلام، پارسال خوش اومد به یه قسمت دیگه از شرلوک هولمز. اگه یادتون باشه قسمت قبلی اومدیم که یه دونه سرونتی که در از همون اسلیو بود و بهش میگن سرونت آوردیم که مثلا قرن جدیدی به نظر بیان. اونو میخوایم بریم پیدا بکنیم. اگه ندیدید حتما این قسمت قبلی رو ببینید. هنوز همون 27 یا 28 اپریلیم. هنوز چیزی عوض نشده، هیچ لایف آپدیت جدیدی هم نیست. مستقیم بریم که این بنده خدا رو برگردونیم سر زندگی نکبت بار قبلیش. البته هنوز نمیدونیم کجاست، اگه واقعا فرار کرده باشه اون منشنشه، ولی خب ما معمولا ما به گیم اهمیتی نمیدیم و کار خودمون رو خون. نه تنباکو جویده شده. این چیه؟
A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots.
فقط میتونم چپ و راست برم، هیچ کار دیگه نمیتونم بکنم. پس باید همینجا باشه. باید همین باشه دیگه. نمیدونم فقط چرا نمیذاره کاری بکنم. حالا بریم فعلا اونجا پیدا بکنیم. خیلی برام ویرد بودی. این چیه؟ helps you pick up a smaller detail. اینو پس باید با این بردارم، نه؟ نشسته اینجا، صورتش خورده اون و
Amazing, Mr. Holmes, to read the ground like an open book.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right. The rag reeks of smoke. Someone plugged the chimney.
اوکی، جلوشو بسته بودن.
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here. A Maori nose flute. Ngurus, they're called. Clothes made of hessian. Is Sten really so miserly?
من یادم نمیاد با چی میگشت. زد بود. استخوان.
Button chops. The remains of a meal. A heavy chemical odor. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
Lend me your nose.
I'll never forget that smell after my time in Afghanistan. That's an opioid, Mr. Holmes, a narcotic.
The ashes are long since cold. No air coming through it. Is this a taniwha, a Maori water spirit, or something else?
No.
A small navy spyglass.
Oh, there. Okay. Oh, آقای واتسون.
Do you think Kimmy here had an accomplice in his escape?
یک ثانیه منو ببخش آقای واتسون. انقدر مؤدب حرف میزنن ها. یه چی هم این چیه؟ با یه درشکه انگار حمل شده.
Could have left these tracks. They seem fresh. A scrap of Hessian. These were sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them.
اینجا به نظر دیگه نمیاد چیزی باشه. اویدنس هم هنوز کمه. بریم باهاش حرف بزنیم. ببین هر چیزی راجع به کلید نمیدونن. سلام علیکم. شما راجع به فوتپرینت ها چی میدونی؟ راجع به شکش، باردنش.
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack. Are they Kimahir's?
Yes. I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting.
You find it distracting? Okay. آره راجع به این چی میدونی؟
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick. Kimmy here and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the garden.
Oh, fuck sister.
Has Kimahir ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Are you certain? I found chewing tobacco in the garden.
I controlled Kimahir's expenses since he struggled with the currency. I would have known if he used tobacco.
خیلی ساس میزنه یارو.
Do you happen to know Kimahir's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest, but I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
از کفش هم نمیپوشیده.
Are you joking? Why would I know this?
Is this spyglass?
I don't recognize it.
Could it be Kimahir's, perhaps?
I doubt it. I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
4 تا اویدنس جدید داریم.
Yes, Denwick is no angel, but he's one of my few clients. Please, try to remain courteous.
یا برو ببینیم بابا یارو مخفی میکنه همه چیو. گاردن رو اگزامین کردم. یه چیزی اوکی نیست و به من نمیگن چیه. خب من یه اینترنت سرچ کردم و فهمیدم که لیترلی همینه. ایناش یه اویدنس دیگه هم از اینجا پیدا شد. میاد به این میرسه. آره مثل اینکه باید پین بکنی هر چیزی رو که میخوای. ببینم پریویسش کجا بوده این. آره مثل اینکه هر دیتایی رو میخوای باید پین بکنی تا بفهمی داستانش چی بوده. ببین یه سناریو مثل اینکه 5 تا سناریو 4 تا یا 5 تا سناریو میخوای. خب یه از اینا رو من ببینم.
Someone moved a cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden.
والیدیت کن ببینم. فکر کنم بالاخره تونستم چجوریه بعد 3 ساعت.
When Kimahir went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimahir inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart. The final challenge was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder, Kimmer here had the key in his shack.
چرا میکشدش
It
میبردش؟
makes total sense.
خب I will confirm که این آقامون آبداک شده، یعنی کیدنپ شده، فرار نکرده. حالا اون کلیدو به من میدی یا نه؟ بیچ.
You'd best have found something by now, gentlemen.
I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimmer here. Likely the owner of the spyglass I found earlier. It appears they were watching for some time, as there was an impressive amount of chewing tobacco on the ground.
And your point?
I found the residue of narcotics in Kimmer here's brazier. There are several explanations, perhaps your servant's recreational interest, or an attempt at poisoning.
Cut to the chase, Mr. Holmes.
You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you notice the cart tracks near it? Now, one ought to expect a servant to make regular use of such a thing. Indeed, I would have overlooked the detail were it not for the cart's absence. If, as you say, Kimmer here never leaves your estate, then where did it go?
I expect answers from you, Mr. Holmes, not questions.
Shut the fuck up.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Kimmer here was abducted by the owner of the spyglass. When your servant fell asleep, he slipped a narcotic into Kimmer here's brazier to make him sleep even more soundly. In order to carry a man as large as Kimmer here, the intruder stole the cart and rolled him right out of your garden.
Now, hold on. All this simply to tell me what I already know. Why haven't you found him yet?
عجب
I
بیشوریه.
only arrived a moment ago. It is, frankly, incredible that I have already deduced so much.
Every second you dawdle here, waiting for me to stroke your ego, is another second wasted. I'm not interested in the how, the why, or the who.
پس کجا معلوم
I'm
خودت
only
نبودی؟
interested in recovering my investment. Spare me the claptrap, boy, and go and fetch my servant.
Servant.
Truly, there is no better evidence of a man's nature than the way he treats those who help him. And you, sir, are a brute. The cruelty of your ignorance about the Maori people, your selfish attitude to a man's kidnapping.
The point is, Captain, we're telling you this for a reason. The intruder fled through the garden door, and we need a key to follow his trail.
Well, then you should have led with that.
نمیدی که بهت گفتم بده
I hope
ندادی.
you'll return soon with good news. And in the meantime, please teach your companion the art of brevity.
Shut the fuck up. تو هم برو به سرونتت بگو که بهت یکم ادب یاد بده. نه واتسون ولم کن بزنمش. بیچ. اول چیزی رو میدادی بهم دیگه. میدونم اونجا رفتی، برای همین از این ور میرم. ببین دوباره یکی از اینا. گاری.
Roy Soulsby. Could that be the name of our man? A strange substance. I have my suspicions based on the colour and consistency, but would you care to hazard a guess, Doctor?
Well, it's odorless, but from the way it absorbs water, I'd say saltpeter.
Then we're in agreement. Well done.
یکم جابجا میشی داداش.
Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimmer here's cart, I gather.
بستدش.
Sturdy rope, professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bosun's chair. A large pile of horse droppings.
یه اسبم مثل اینجا منتظرشون بوده. سیگار.
Many cigarette butts. Someone stood here for hours. There was a cab waiting here. Our abductor slipped in and then off into the night.
ابداکتور چیکار کرده بوده؟ خب ببین، اولین چیزی که ازش دیدم یه دونه کیف بود. دومین چیزی که ازش دیدم یه دونه کارت بود. البته اسپای گلاس هم دیدم، نمیدونم. یا خدا. به عنوان اویدنس چی باید بندازیم؟ تریل، ابداکتورز تریل. نه اینو درست حد زدم، پس اینو باید اینو اشتباه حد زدم. خب پس این الان باید درست باشه. اسپای گلاس The chapter Mr. Bond Flaming Abduction. خب پس اسپای گلاس هم درست حد زدم. الان میمونه این فوتپرینت. نه درست بود. دارم یاد میگیرم. Abductor is a sailor. این از کجا فهمیدی؟ از روم همون وسایلا. پس بیا ببینیم که به کجا رفته. اینو درست تشخیص دادیم. والت رو وصل کن. نه پس این درست بود. بریم روی اینجا. میگه که یه دونه سیلور. Abductor is a sailor. درست بود. All evidence points us to the port of Landa. کجاش؟ There is no time to lose. It's vital. بریم تاکسی بگیر. تاکسی.
The strand proved not so useless after all. The saltpeter accident. Doctor, do you recall?
The port of London, of course. The footwear, the spyglass.
کجا باید بریم؟
Indeed. We shall need to take a cab there.
آقای ببر.
The port of London, please. I will show you where to stop.
منو ببر اونجا لطفاً. مرسی. نه داریم یاد میگیریم گیمو. نه رفتیم چپتر 2. نه بلاد رد. من عروسک رو پیدا نکردم. نه ببین، برای اینکه انیمیشن شنا طراحی نکنن میگن این بره تو آب از ترس سکته میکنه، بلک اوت میشه.
Mr. Holmes, what a compelling mystery we have stumbled upon. Perhaps I have the premise of my next novel.
One kidnapping does not a story make.
Stop! A black cat crossed before us. It's a bad omen.
I do not take you for the superstitious type, Doctor. Such things are mere fantasies, tricks of a feeble mind. One imagines a physician would keep a surer footing in reality.
Perhaps.
Before the war.
My time abroad was difficult. Once I came across an Afghan, bleeding, who I could not save. He pressed a rosary into my hand. A gift, he said, so as to gain God's favor. After that...
Dr. Watson?
Yes, well, I shan't get into details, but sometime later I found myself lost in the desert. Dehydration set in, and things grew ever more dire. Man's words came to me. I said a prayer.
اون موقع مگه جنگی با افغانستان بوده؟ خیلی این قدیمیه. هرچند که افغانستان با این اواخرم جنگ داشت توش. دیگه الان از جنگ خارج شدن، الان دیگه وارد اسلیوری شدن.
I'm sure you have another explanation prepared, Mr. Holmes, but I think I shall cling to the occasional superstition all the same.
To each his own, Dr. Watson. So long as it does not interfere with my methods, do it. We must press on, cat or no cat. The question remains, why abduct Kimmer here?
خب چرا؟ من همین الانم یه تئوری دارم. اون گفتش که از اسلیوری نجاتش داده، یعنی خریدتش. Could it be possible که اینا برداشتنش و اون سیلور دقیقا همون سیلوریه که قبلا اون داشته یارو. اینم ال بزن. توتوریال باز اسکیپ کردیم. سلام علیکم.
I've seen worse.
سلام خانمی.
Greetings, miss. I'm hoping you can help us.
We shall soon see.
About poor incident.
I heard tell of a recent explosion in the port. What do you know of it?
Ah, yes. Something exploded in a ship's cargo hold. Caused a terrible blaze. The sky was red with smoke till morning.
Where precisely did it occur?
The ship sank near the third pier, next to the dockyard.
Trash. We need help finding a man.
My colleague and I are seeking a burly man, above average height, with workman's boots.
Half my customers, then. Your description hardly narrows things down.
خب اگر بیشترش بکنم چی؟ یه لحظه قبلش واسه من شما رو ابزرو بکنم ببینم ساس هستی یا نه. لبات خسته است. ببخشید همه جا رو دارم چک میکنم ها. برای سیفتیه میدونی؟ نقاشیش میکنم اونجا. You're pregnant.
Your clothes are already tight and soon they won't fit at all. How far along are you?
I thought I'd hidden it better. How did you know? Are you a doctor?
In a manner of speaking.
از کجا
He's not.
تشخیص
He
داد؟
merely has the ego of one. I apologize, miss. Mr. Holmes is fond of his observations, but I am the doctor here, not him. Do you need any help?
I'm fine, thank you. I would rather not discuss my condition, nor let word of it spread.
باشه چشم. حالا که داشتیم حرفشون میزدیم شما راجع به اینا اطلاعاتی دارید؟
Never heard of it.
نه؟ راجع به این
Are you
چی؟
familiar with a Roy Soulsby?
Roy Soulsby?
I know the name.
But he's not one of my regulars. My guess is that he works somewhere around here.
انقدر من بارتندر بودن رو دوست دارم. شما چیز دیگه ای نداری اینجا ما اینسپکت کنیم؟ همه درهای خروج مرسی. به هر زبونی میگی گم شد اینجا بیرون. خب شما چی؟ Missing person poster. شما راجع به این چی میدونی؟ راجع به این
What do you know about this poster?
A foreign woman asked to put it up. She's plastered them all over the pool.
Any clues as to her whereabouts?
None. It was hard to understand what she was saying.
خب We have a new clue my friend. و چون اون خانومه که گم شده اولویت داره بریم. What the fuck. هنوز ما داستان اصلی رو اصلا ندیدیم. نیازی نیست به سرعت برق و باد. چی چی جون آفویی چرا دنبال منی؟ به خودم پس خودم برمیام برو بعدن گزارش میدم نابلشو بنویس شما اون خانم
Could you
هستی؟
help me?
I'm sorry, but I don't know anything.
نیستی؟ باش Bye Have a beautiful night سلام علیکم
May I ask for your assistance?
I'm sorry.
من به نظرم اینو باید وردارم از روش ممکنه به میسینگ پرسن ربطی داشته باشه هیچ داکیومنتی ندارم پس الان کاری نمیتونم بکنم Bye Have a beautiful time
Is there a doctor? The man is very sick here.
چی شده؟ آره
Those
دکتر
people
هست
will
اینجا
need my help.
Hello, this is Dr. Watson. We'll take a look at your friend. Freshly dug up treasures, it seems.
Everything ends up in a river. It's a good thing these people take something
The
from
water has a curious whitish tinge to it. The subject is hyperventilating. He has a pale face and dilated pupils.
Pupils?
Colorized skin, necrosis. What do you make of this, Doctor?
All signs point towards acute poisoning. It could possibly be due to chemicals.
Oh, am I supposed to do something? همین فقط تشخیص دادیم که این آقا مریضه تمام خب تا وقتی که این پلیگ برای ما نجمده و هممون رو نکشته همینجا این قسمت دوم تمام میکنیم و همچنان دنبال اسلیوریمون هستیم. یعنی اون آقایی که اسمش هم نمیدونم، شاید این خانومه که گم شدن با اون نسبتی داشته باشه و اون سیلوره داره همینجور همه سرونت ها رو میدوزه. نمیدونیم. I guess we'll know soon. قسمت بعدی میبینمتون. خداحافظ.